When I wrote the book, I made the subtitle of the book is Jonah and the Mystery of God's Mercy. And if you go through the entire book, not a very long book now, you go through the entire book, you'll generally see that that's Jonah's struggle. And here's the struggle. How can God be both just and merciful to such a wicked nation as the Assyrians? He's always saying, look, I know you're merciful, God, but you're also a just God, so how can you be both just and merciful to this wicked, evil, imperialistic, violent nation, the Assyrians? And the answer to that can't happen inside the book of Jonah. In fact, the answer can't even happen inside the Old Testament. The reason it can't is because in the end, the only way we're going to see how God can be both absolutely just and yet absolutely merciful and forgiving at the same time is when you get to the cross. So there's in one sense, I think, and this, I think, the main purpose of every book of the Old Testament, and I actually think it's the main driving force in the book of Jonah. It's the thing that Jonah can't figure out. If you're this just God, how in the world could you possibly be merciful to these awful people? How can you be both just and merciful at the same time? I can understand you being merciful, but then you're not just. I can understand you being just, but how could you be merciful? How could you be both? That's the driving question. That's what drives the narrative and the plot. And actually, as you know, the book of Jonah ends on a cliffhanger.